Monsties, imagine this. A rainy night, soft droplets falling against the window, and suddenly, two voices cut through the silence, wrapping every listener in an indescribable warmth and melancholy. Two names, two tones, two emotions that stopped Korea in its tracks. Wendy of Red Velvet and CHIQUITA of BABYMONSTER. Recently, CHIQUITA was officially named the second most desired female singer for an emotional duet on a rainy day, right after Wendy. But how did a 15-year-old maknae rise to stand alongside one of K-pop's most respected main vocals? What makes CHIQUITA's voice evoke the same bittersweet nostalgia that once made Wendy a legend of rainy ballads? Let's dive deep into the story behind this unexpected yet poetic connection, how CHIQUITA, the youngest member of BABYMONSTER, became the new face of emotion and rain-soaked melodies in K-pop. On October 28, 2025, the Korean entertainment outlet 10Asia released a ranking that immediately went viral. Female singers fans want to hear in emotional duets on rainy days. At the top of the list, no surprise, stood Wendy of Red Velvet, the eternal rainy queen, known for her pure tone and heart-tugging delivery. But the real shock came from the name sitting right beneath hers. Not IU, not Taeyeon, not Highs, but CHIQUITA of BABYMONSTER. Social media exploded. Within minutes, #ChiquitaLocal trended on X, formerly Twitter. Fans were stunned that such a young idol had already captured the public's imagination this deeply. One Korean comment read, "CHIQUITA's voice feels like Wendy's trapped in a teenager's body, innocent but impossibly deep." Another wrote, "She doesn't just sing, she sounds like the first rain of autumn, soft, nostalgic, and a little lonely." For those who haven't been following the new wave of YG Entertainment artists, CHIQUITA is the youngest member of BABYMONSTER, YG's newest girl group following the legacy of Blackpink and 2NE1. Debuting at 14, CHIQUITA immediately stood out, not just for her visual appeal and stage confidence, but for her extraordinary vocal tone. Many fans described her as a born main vocal hiding in a maknae's body. YG idols are usually known for their charisma and stage power. But CHIQUITA, she brings something different, raw emotion. There's a fragility in her delivery, a kind of sincerity that goes beyond technical skill, and that's exactly what sets her apart. Now, let's talk about why the comparison to Wendy isn't just fan exaggeration. Wendy is one of the most respected vocalists in third-generation K-pop. Her songs like Water, When This Rain Stops, Goodbye have become synonymous with rainy day playlists in Korea. Her voice isn't just beautiful, it carries warmth, pain, and healing all at once. And somehow, people are now hearing shades of that same emotion in CHIQUITA. In BABYMONSTER's October comeback, the track We Go Up features a bridge sung by CHIQUITA that netizens described as too painful for someone her age. One fan on the QQ wrote, "I don't know why I cried during her part. She hasn't lived long enough to experience heartbreak that deep, but somehow she made me feel like she has." That kind of reaction, coming from seasoned K-pop listeners, is rare, and it's a sign that CHIQUITA has tapped into something powerful. We Go Up isn't just another comeback song. It's a story about struggle, loss, and resilience. And CHIQUITA's voice, particularly in the line, "Will rise again if the rain keeps falling," became the emotional peak of the entire track. Non-fans commented that her voice doesn't just carry notes, it carries memories. Even veteran singers quietly showed support by liking BABYMONSTER's live performance posts, often adding the rain emoji, a subtle nod to her emerging reputation as the new rainy day voice. YG has produced some of Korea's most iconic vocalists, Lee Hee, Rose, Taeyang, but CHIQUITA represents a new direction. She doesn't fit the typical YG vocal mold. Her voice isn't gritty or explosive, it's smooth, intimate, and drenched in emotion. It's the kind of voice that makes silence feel alive. YG knows how to create moments, and this is undeniably CHIQUITA's moment. At BABYMONSTER's recent concert in Seoul, fans created a blue rain project, lighting their glow sticks blue whenever CHIQUITA performed. They said the color represented the calm after the rain. It's hard to ignore how deeply her presence resonates, even with casual fans. When 10asia's article dropped, global fandoms reacted instantly. On X, fans wrote, "Wendy Chiquita duet when? We need a rainy day collab now." SMYG vocal crossover would break the internet. TikTok edits mixing Wendy and Chiquita's vocals in fan-made mashups hit millions of views within days. One of the most viral edits was titled, "If Rain Had Two Voices." Even Revolu's, Wendy's fans, joined the celebration. Rather than competition, there was admiration. One viral comment read, "Wendy walked so Chiquita could fly." That's not just fan talk, it's recognition. Recognition of a legacy being passed from one generation to the next. Chiquita hails from Thailand, following in the footsteps of Thai idols like Lisa of Blackpink, Soren of CLC, and Minnie of GID. But Chiquita has carved her own lane. While Lisa is known for her charisma and stage power, Chiquita is recognized for her emotional depth. Her journey from a trainee in Bangkok to one of Korea's most talked about young vocalists is nothing short of inspiring. YG's expectations are famously high, but Chiquita met them and then some. Her voice became her weapon, and emotion became her identity. Perhaps the most beautiful part of this story is how Wendy and Chiquita represent two generations of the same emotional lineage. Wendy once said in an interview, "I don't want people to just say I sing well. I want them to feel something." And Chiquita, in her own way, embodies that philosophy. Even without decades of experience, she sings as if she's lived through 1,000 rainy nights. For fans, this isn't a competition, it's a connection. Wendy paved the road, and Chiquita is now walking it, carrying the same torch of sincerity. Following the overwhelming reaction, producers in Korea reportedly began discussing the idea of a special rainy duet project. Rumors circulating on Pan suggest that a veteran composer is interested in pairing two singers from different generations for a single ballad, under the concept "Two Generations, One Reign." If this happens, a Wendy Chiquita duet could easily become one of the most iconic collaborations in modern K-pop history. Two voices, two timelines, and one shared emotion that transcends age and fandom boundaries. Fans are already saying, if that duet ever happens, the entire country will stop to listen. Of course, this is only the beginning for Chiquita. She's still at the dawn of her career with endless potential ahead. Rumors from industry insiders hint that YG is preparing a solo project for her in 2026, the rumored title, Raindrop Symphony. If that's true, it could mark the start of a solo era defined by emotional storytelling, the kind that could solidify her as the new rainy queen of her generation. And given the trajectory she's already on, no one would be surprised. The fandom didn't stop at hashtags. They turned their love into a movement. A new TikTok challenge called the Rainy Duet Challenge quickly gained traction. Fans sang emotional K-pop ballads, especially Wendy and Chiquita songs, under a rain filter, mimicking the soft melancholy that defines both singers. Some fans even use AI to create virtual duets between Wendy and Chiquita. One of these AI covers amassed millions of plays in just 24 hours, with comments reading, "This sounds too real to be fake." The idea of the duet has transcended the music. It's now part of the culture. When you strip away the headlines and rankings, what remains is something more profound. Both Wendy and Chiquita remind us that true artistry is about connection. In an industry often obsessed with visuals, trends, and virality, they bring the focus back to the simplest, most human element, emotion. Their music doesn't just fill silence, it gives it meaning. Their voices don't just sound beautiful, they feel real. It's proof that even in the age of AI vocals and high-tech production, sincerity still wins hearts. Two voices, two generations, one shared emotion. Wendy and Chiquita aren't just singers. They're storytellers of the rain. Their songs are comfort for the lonely, nostalgia for the lost, and warmth for those still finding their way. As fans, we can only wonder, if these two ever share a stage, what kind of magic would they create? Who would you want to hear in your dream rainy day duet? Wendy Chiquita or another unexpected pair? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story touched you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next time it rains, you'll want to know whose voice is echoing through the sound of the storm. This is your K-pop storyteller signing off. Until next time, see you under the rain.